Hello, my name is Sippy, so you can call me B, and welcome back to another Ultimate playthrough. I'm with more even if Tempest. I was very excited to do more of this one. Not any hate towards my future diary, of course. It's just, yeah. The square seems especially crowded today. I wonder if there's some event going on. Hope you aren't finding it too difficult to walk through the crowds, Lady Carr? Lady Carr? No, I'm fine. Is something on your mind? On my mind? If I'm being honest, then the answer is everything. What? Excuse me? On my mind, if I'm being honest, then the answer is everything. We walk around a pristine pavement road. The shops on either side of me are selling fresh fruits, beautiful flowers, and gorgeous decorations. Everywhere I look, people are smiling. This country truly prospers in its affluence. The building in the distance is a royal castle. I don't remember much about it despite visiting before. How do we reach a place so high up? I can count on one hand how many times I've left home since birth, and for the past 8 years, my world went as far as my room. I didn't even know the sky went this high up. I must look so ignorant to these people. My only option is to have this knowledge given to me by others, but I don't have the courage to expose myself as a fool. I don't know anything about what happened on the outside for the last 8 years and never even studied the basics. My speech is stunted and I couldn't do anything when tormented by the maids. I'll doubtless be ridiculed if people find out about this. The hell I experience will transfer over to that castle. I'll have to keep a low profile. We still have another 2 hours before we reach the castle. I'd like to take our time, but let us pick up the pace. Is there something wrong? Oh, I do apologize for not giving a proper explanation. I was hoping to procure a new dress for you. A dress? The dress I'm wearing today was provided by Orla for my visit to the castle. It's a simple beige dress, with little in the way of ornamentation. I have no idea what makes a dress good, but Orla gave me this dress. It's probably awful, enough that even His Royal Highness is disappointed. But I don't have a single coin to my name. I can never buy a dress. Your Royal Highness, I don't want a new dress. I'm fine like this. I apologize, Lady Carr. I didn't mean to step on your feelings, but would you allow me to gift you a single dress? Please, a beautiful, expensive dress will protect you as armor, I'm sure of it. A dress can be my armor? Though I'm not entirely sure why he means like that, I'm not about to turn down a member of the royal family when he's being so adamant about it. Okay then, please, I love a dress. Thank you. Oh, that's kind of cute. He immediately breaks out into a smile. I see not just happiness there, but relief as well. This sound, so that's why there's so many people here. What's going on? This sound heralds the start of this sound heralds the start of a witch trial. A witch? You are a witch. Your pathetic, dirty, detestable nature. The way you've been trapped in this single room. You lack your mother. The scorn you earned from even your I can't speak today, god dang. The scorn you earned even from your own father. It's all due to you being a witch. Everyone instinctively understands what a repulsive being you are, and so they'll never love you. Are witches even real? We aren't in some fairy tale. Sir? His face grows pale. I even catch the faint shiver in his shoulders. None of his usual composure is present. Oh, I apologize. It's just... the way he's acting. Are you scared of witches? I regret you seeing me in such a deplorable state. My brothers often frightened me with tales of witches since I was younger, telling me they would come to capture me as a warning. I am genuinely surprised. After saving me from my father and stepmother, he shone so brightly. He looked fearless, the absolute picture of royalty. He must sense what I'm thinking, and he looks at me with a bitter smile. I only came out so strong against your father out of momentum. I was so angry I couldn't control my actions. In reality, I'm much more. No, pay no mind. I'm sorry, I've only made you anxious by talking about these things. You've inherited the blood of the goddess, right? I don't think you need to fear witches, sir. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Thank you. Witches do indeed exist. They deceive people, leading them down the path of evil. There are those entirely deserving of our hatred. Even just the other day, a murder occurred due to a witch's machinations. But you've nothing to worry about. Our country's inquisitors will surely catch and punish them. Oh, look over there. Yep, it's him. That young man is said to be the most promising inquisitor we have. Every witch-related incident we face has been summarily solved since he took up his post. Also, my voices will surely change through this because I'm not sure what to give all, and I don't want them all to sound samey. So I'm definitely going to play with it a little bit. I see 5 or 6 inquisitors in the general area, but I know immediately which individual he's referring to. Which? His slender physique and almond eyes don't instinctively give off a feeling of power, but something about him inspires obedience. He's no ordinary individual, that's for sure. Help me! I'm no witch, I swear! The trial seems to be for him this time. Wait, he's a man, but he's been called a witch? Yes, witches have been known to assume the form of men. It's said that assuming gender in a witch affair would only invite mistakes during the initial investigation. If gender means nothing, why do so many stories feature a woman as a witch? It makes my stomach turn. Let go of me, damn it! The suspect managed to get free of the Inquisitor. He kicks a number of other Inquisitors around him, and the spectators around him begin to scream. Get behind me, Lady Carr! The man's bloodshot eyes stare straight at us. I'm to decide us as his next target. Oh no, I don't want a quick save. I'm dropping my gun. The man's bloodshot eyes stare straight at us. Having decided us as his next target, he runs. A strong wind swirls around us. The long cord undulates in the air, before becoming down sharply on the man's back. His shirt tears open as he bleeds as if cut by a blade. The wound is so raw, I nearly find myself sympathizing with the man. So this is what an Inquisitor is capable of. The trial hasn't even begun, but he shows no mercy. I wonder what voice I'm going to give him. I'm sorry you had to experience something so frightening. Let us be off, Lady Carr. We make our way out of the crowd and towards a boutique. I'm surrounded by so many beautiful dresses, I may feel like I faint. I feel I may faint, but I manage to keep it together and pick one of them to wear. Words. One of His Royal Highness's female attendants help me get dressed, and then we finally head for the castle. Are you alright, Lady Carr? I didn't realize you'd be so terrible with heights, but unfortunately, our only method of travel to the castle is via an aeroship. I'd all but forgotten the common method of transport in this country involved flight via smaller vessels. I feel as though my stomach's being pushed up through my mouth. My head is swimming. I feel this awful sensation over 10 years ago, too. You've got the telltale signs of air sickness. I hear the symptoms are worse the less you travel in aeroships. I see. I'd hoped to carry myself more properly, but all I've done is embarrass myself. Still, maybe I don't have to pretend in front of him. He never laughed at me once, not when my sister and stepmother berated me, not when I displayed my ignorance and wishes, and not when he saw me in my poor excuse for a dress. Father took me to the castle a number of times when I was young. It was the first time I met Prince Lucien. But I can't remember anything. It's a shame. So I'm sure someone kind as him treated me with care. It's odd. Whenever I try to remember the past, my chest constricts painfully. Let's leave those memories for another time. What's more pressing now is that I thank him. Prince Lucien? Yeah? What do you need? Thank you. For this girl be my bride. Conrad! Why are you here? I was certain you'd be awaiting us in your room. No. Is this dude, You took so long that I came all the way just to see you out of worry. Now say your greetings. Prince Lucien is the third-born child of the king. There are very few people who could take such an arrogant attitude towards him. He's dressed in dazzling clothes, as if heading out into a ball. His plump body gives off the sense of opulence, and it's more commanding than his age may otherwise lead you to believe. I can probably assume he's Prince Parker, the king's second son, based on his attitude. Which means he looks like Byleth. He looks like Byleth. That's... what voice should I give him? I wish I could sound like a guy. It'll make it a lot more easier. I am Conrad Neshburn. May we live a happy life together, my bride. I take in his slim figure and sparkling eyes. His confidence speaks to the man that is so sure he'll be our next king. Prince Conrad, the firstborn prince, and one with the blood of the goddess on his father's side and the prestige of the Salinger family on his mother's. He has the most noble blood of his brothers. I'm going to be marrying this man? The near delirious excitement and wonder I've been feeling is dampened by a cold dose of reality. This will never work. You couldn't get more mismatched than us. Hey, Conrad has what should I... Hey, Conrad has introduced... Speak, please. He's introduced himself to you. I think it's about time you said something in return. I'm sorry. I don't mind in the slightest. I've heard the details from Lucien. Huh? Belize Marquise Bible had treated you awfully. To my understanding, you were locked away in your room, robbed by the chance to even obtain a proper education and learn how to read. I can read? Whoa, she can barely even speak. You're really gonna marry her? It's all over the place. Whoa, she can heart. I'm trying to think of the voice I did for Hifumi. Whoa, she can barely even speak. You're really gonna marry her? No. Shit. Parker! Please cease your desertion. She's still a daughter of our aunt. Sure, but it's not like she's related by blood. Auntie Evelyn is only daughter's Lady Aura. Since we're not related, it will be okay. But we mustn't forget that she's also the daughter of Lord Lysel. You speak out of turn towards your elder brother, Lucien. Parker simply worries for me. He's my adorable, affectionate little brother. And then there's you. You obviously not undergone enough discipline. What poor showing despite being so close to adulthood. I think maybe that side of him can just be as easily be called one of his strong points. You've always been kind to those weaker than you, Lucian. Prince Conrad's cold glare bears a striking resemblance to her, and I see the way his younger brother shirks back in fear. I immediately know he is no ordinary man. Back to the topic at hand. Your name is Carr, yes? The queen is tasked with supporting her king. It is not something that can be accomplished without the proper education. As you are now, it will be nearly impossible. But the Lyso family, despite their relative obscurity, has continued to produce incredible personnel. As you two carry their blood, I'm sure you would easily meet my expectations. No quick save, no. Prince Conrad. Though I admit, most of that just now was for show. Honestly, I'm completely enamored by your beauty. Your hair is a beautiful dark shade, and the refined dress suits you wonderfully. Everything about you is to my liking. Will you believe in the love that has taken root in my heart and join me? You're full of shit. This hair isn't my own. It's a wig. This dress, too. It was something Prince Lucian provided for me. And that doesn't bother me in the slightest. What I see is what lies inside of you. I will one day become king. The result I will often be strict. I only want you to remember that I do what I do for our country. I see. His rigid demeanor comes from his resolve to take up the crown. His refusal to be soft on his own brother comes from a similar source. And he, of all people, has seen promise in me. The man who will one day rule over the whole country sees strength in me. Let's keep your lack of formal education until now a secret. Within these walls, that truth will only be disadvantages for you. In exchange, I want to see quick and steady progress. Become the kind of woman that can confidently declare she will be the next queen. I'll do my best. I'll work hard and do everything I can do to meet your expectations of me. I can't wait to see the results. I spend day after day at a desk. Since my studies are picking up from when I was only 7, my tutor is adamant that I need to put in an unprecedented amount of work. Still, I enjoy my studies. There is joy in discovering new knowledge. I love the feeling as though my hollow world is slowly getting full.
Everyone is talking about you, Lady Carr.
Oops.
What? They say you must be the happiest woman in the whole country, especially as Prince Conrad himself is fallen for you at first sight.
Oh, that's what she meant. I was expecting something much less savory.
Prince Conrad is a wonderful man. Despite his youth, he was entrusted with an important project and so far led it successfully. The king must be at ease knowing he has a son like Prince Conrad.
Is Prince Conrad's ascension to the throne set in stone? I've heard there's still a struggle for the crown.
It may as well have been decided. Prince Parker declared quite early that he would support his older brother. All that remains is that futile prince.
Futile?
Oh, you've not been here for so long, but I suppose you wouldn't know. The futile prince refers to Prince Lucian. He's as beautiful as they come, but everything else is a lost cause. Which reminds me, did you hear of the sword fighting exhibition the princes held before the king the other day? It was a friendly affair, even with the younger princes with no claim to the throne participating. Despite that, Prince Lucian was apparently quite nervous. He lost even to a younger brother of only 10. It was apparently a terrible ungainly loss at that. The other attendees reportedly burst into laughter.
Time to study.
Huh?
I'm going to study, so please leave. Yes, my lady. Those who speak ill of others are everywhere. I knew that, but to think Prince Lucian is even treated that way. What's so bad about losing to a younger sibling? It's far better than injuring him, that's for sure. Hello, Car. Prince Conrad. Your tutor came to me with high praise. He says you have incredible retention and that you're progressing far quicker than he imagined. Thank you, sir. This, too, is thanks to your efforts. I need to prepare a reward for you. Is something the matter, sir? Oh, I do apologize. You heard about the Gateway Tunnel project, yes? It's proving to be quite the difficult undertaking. The Gateway Tunnel. Our country is surrounded by steep mountain ranges. Mountain ranges. Even get to a neighboring country requires traversing through those mountains. Aeroships were created to overcome this problem, but they aren't suitable for carrying large quantities of cargo. From this problem came a new solution, a tunnel through the mountains. The Gateway Tunnel project will greatly affect this country's future. To be placed in charge of this project as the prince speaks to how incredible he is. In truth, the tunnel is not the only project on my plate now. It's not? What have you been tasked with? The creation of a new aeroship. We've heard tell of the Empire developing resources into the building their own. We can't afford to lag behind. As always, the love for the country drives him. How wonderful. But this is too cruel. Do they really expect you to handle this all by yourself? Honestly, I agree with you. It's too much for one person, so I intend to ask my brothers for help. Well, I expect Lucian's involvement would be in name only. What? Please don't think badly of me. He's shy and a bit slow on the uptake. I imagine he takes after his commoner mother. You didn't know? He is a child conceived of my father's philandering. It's no wonder he doesn't measure up. But even our mother may be different. He is still my adorable younger brother. I wouldn't put an achievement on his name, but put it to his name.
He is such a dick.
Ugh, my throat is so terribly dry. Allow me to prepare some tea that can help you with your... Oh, nope, wrong, yep. Allow me to prepare some tea that can help with your exhaustion. Please take the time to rest. Thank you, Car. He looks as tired as he sounds. Day in and day out, he only works for the people, all while I sit facing my desk. Life in the castle is peaceful. There is no one here to hurt me, and Prince Conrad treats me especially kindly. I truly am the happiest person in the nation. But now all I can feel is impatience. I am no outstanding talent, nor do I have the influence of the crown. There is nothing I can do for the citizenry. I cannot avail myself of Prince Conrad's protection forever. I must find a way to be useful to him. If there is anything I can do, do not hesitate to say the word. I doubt there is much someone of my standing could accomplish, but I want to be able to help you in any way that I can. Though your stammering makes it difficult to understand you at first, your speech has improved. You even carry yourself like a noble young lady now. Such a stark change in just 3 months. I've come with unfortunate news, but I think you'll be able to handle hearing it now. Unfortunate news? My father has come to me insisting I marry Lady Valerie of the Abbey Marquisate. I still can't say the word. I very much intend to marry you. That's why I've waited until I was sure you progressed in your studies enough that you can handle the Queen's duties. Unfortunately, the truth of your 10-year confinement has been revealed via some channel. My father refuses to let someone so inadequate, as he puts it, into the family. We kept that a secret exactly because we knew it would turn out like this. Do you have any idea who may leak this information? What about my father and stepmother? I doubt it. Oh, I doubt it. The Lizo family was certainly not one to invite such scrutiny. The only others who know of this are us and 3 brothers. Parker has chosen to support me despite being in line for the throne himself. He'll never do anything that will threaten that chance. Which only leaves Lucien. Could he have revealed the truth of your upbringing? I sincerely doubt it. I don't think Prince Lucien could do such a thing. I see you have a favorable opinion of him. As a brother, I'm pleased, but that is unfortunately a mistake on your part. Lucien is a weak, cowardly man. He would use such craven methods, I'm sure. All who works in this castle are aware of this. But Prince Lucien treated me with such kindness. He may be delicate, but I would never call him cowardly. Car, who, pray tell, is your fiancé here? Oh? I'm sorry. I truly don't mean to doubt you, but it's just... I had thought not to discuss this, given how it would likely hurt to hear, but... Do you understand why I chose you for my fiancé, despite not us having ever met? I don't know. I've always wondered about that. It's because Lucien suggests I do so. I'm going to be very frank in my word choice here, but he came to his older brother with a suggestion that he marry a woman who was holed up for 10 years without any proper education. I gather you understand what this means? There's only one reasonable answer. He wanted to drag me down. But I took a liking to you. You're admirable with incredible work ethic. I'm even thankful for Lucien now. I want to marry you. I refuse to lose to his cowardice. But then how? All we need to do is prove that you would make a more suitable wife than Lady Valerie. Unfortunately, I'm not the best when it comes to plans like these. I can come up with a specific plan of action. Aha! Someone call Parker here at once. I'm sure he could give us a plan. A way to win against Lady Valerie, is it? Quite the problem you found yourself in. Prince Parker. I honestly doubt he could come up with a good idea. He doesn't exactly think highly of me either. Lady Valerie is praised for her beauty in many social circles. There are no standout problems with her family either. It's no wonder Father insisted you to marry her. Parker. I know. If we can't compete in looks or lineage, then talent remains our only option. A good idea, but we have no stage set to display those abilities on. It's not as though we could have them take a test as if they were students. Right you are. Which is why you should put her in charge of one of the projects you're currently dealing with. Father has left a portion of the kingdom's financial affairs to you. If she can handle those with grace, not only will she have demonstrated her prowess, but also take the lead in practical experience. You want me to handle the national finances? A genius idea. I knew I can count on you, Parker. You always have incredible ideas in situations like these. Wait a moment, this is a reckless idea. I'm still in the middle of my studies. And even if I finished, I'm only 17. I'm too young for such an important responsibility. Don't say that, Car. This is you we're talking about. I know you can handle it. No, I can't. What plan is this, Prince Parker? I'm well aware you have not acknowledged my place here, but why do you suggest something so reckless? I admit, I berated you the first time we met, but I heard from all manner of people about how hard you worked. And more than that, my brother here believes in you from the bottom of his heart. How could I not give you the same courtesy? My first impression of Prince Parker were so abysmal that I could never handle being around him. But maybe he isn't so bad after all. He only spoke as he did out of a desire to see his older brother happy. It's only natural that he didn't think fondly of me at first. If anything, Prince Lucian is the odd one for easily accepting someone as outwardly shabby as I was. And Lucian previously failed at this endeavor, so if you can manage to do this better than even the third-born prince, you'll be able to provide Conrad with such incredible support. Me? I could support Prince Conrad? It would also be an incredible chance to get back at Lucian for revealing the truth of your upbringing. So, Lucian was really the culprit. He always been like this. He looks so trustworthy on the surface, but underneath his hands are dirtier than anyone's.
Get away. Go away. Go. Go. Yes!
Will you do this for me, Car? I'll check everything once you finish, so don't worry, I won't let you fail. Prince Conrad, but can I really handle the taxes of the people? Surely there's another way. I'll do anything except this. I'm sorry, but this is our only choice. If you're truly uncomfortable with it, I can't force you. Then why not let Lady Valerie handle it? No different from our intendant goal. This is something you can use to support your rise to the throne. You work far too much, Conrad. How are you supposed to handle finances when the Gateway Tunnel project is at its busiest? If Lady Valerie garners acceptance as a potential wife, your presence here won't be necessary. You'll be returned to the Lysel estate. The annulment of an engagement to the royal family will be a fatal hit to the Lysel family. You will likely suffer far more than you had previously. No, here I have clothes and food and the chance to study. I'm finally being able to feel like an actual person. Okay, tell me what I need to do. Well, we first need to obtain Father's permission. He has a more favorable impression of you if you requested responsibility yourself, so let's work on that assumption. Car? Thank you, Car. I'll treasure this courage of yours for the rest of my life. This was the first time he ever embraced me. Ew. His arms held me with such strength as I relished the first warmth of human contact I'd experienced in some time. I'm terrified, but Prince Conrad is so happy that all I need to know I've done the right thing. That's all I need to know I've done the right thing. Besides, didn't I want to prove myself useful? I can finally do something for this nation, for him. I accidentally skipped it. I must do my best, I assume. I must do all in my power to make this a success. Pardon the intrusion, my lady. I brought coffee. Do excuse me.
So, how is she?
Glued to her desk tonight as well. She was concentrating so thoroughly she didn't even hear me. Is her work so strenuous? 2 weeks have passed since she took up the princess duties. I haven't seen her rest even once. She instructed us to do nothing more than bring her coffee, but I'm afraid she's going to damage her health.
Lady Carr, it's me, Lucian. I do apologize for coming so late at night, but do you have the time to talk? Lady Carr, is everything all right?
Prince Lucian, it's nothing. I simply dropped my cup.
Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine.
Thank goodness. It's dangerous to leave this as is, so I'll clean up the pieces.
I can't make your Royal Highness do such a thing. I'll call for someone to take care of it.
No, I'd rather not have anyone know that I'm here. If you were to call a maid, can you wait until I'm gone?
He snuck around to come see me. Just what could he want? I haven't spoken to Prince Lucian in 4 months. There's been no real opportunity to do so since I arrived in the castle. I'm deeply indebted to him for bringing me here, but I've heard a discouraging amount of vile criticism about him in these last 4 months. Though beautiful, and the subject of much of the king's affections, he fails every duty assigned to him. He's too timid to see things through, and always looks glum. His backers have also slowly pulled their support. People say that, in his panic, he plans a number of schemes behind the scenes to fell his brothers, all while acting with respect on the surface. I've heard setting me up with Prince Conrad was one such a plan. A wife that is all standing with no sustenance could affect his chances at ascending to the throne. Nothing good would come out of accepting these rumors at face value, but...
I'm sorry to call on you at such a late hour, but there's something I absolutely must confirm with you. Is it true that you're currently handling a portion of the kingdom's finances?
Yeah.
This is reckless. The taxes of our people must be handled with great care. Only experts with a proper education are allowed to be involved in the undertaking. I beg of you, Lady Carr. I'm not sure what Conrad has told you, but relinquish this duty at once. It's not too late.
I spent 3 sleepless weeks learning about public finance and working on this project. I know I'm far from perfect, but I'm fulfilling this duty with Prince Conrad's aid.
But I heard from Father you were doing this alone. I'm aware that our administrative officials are checking things over, as is standard, but I've heard the duties are done with the onus entirely on you.
Right, I forget that that's the official explanation. No one must know that Prince Conrad is helping me.
Please, return to your senses, Lady Carr. This task is far too great for someone not yet of the royal family. There's only one reason Father would ever approve of you handling the finances, is to force you to rescind the marriage yourself.
I know that already. But this is all your fault. If you haven't revealed the truth of my upbringing...
What?
It was you that suggested Prince Conrad Prince Conrad he married me, right? All to drag him underfoot? I see, so you won't deny it. I wanted to trust you, and yet...
No, that's not it at all. I never even considered the idea of dragging Conrad down.
Then why do you put me up as a candidate for his wife? Nothing good could ever come out of marrying someone as incompetent as me.
But you're not.
His Royal Highness breaks down into tears. He looks no different from a child.
I'm sorry.
I'm taken completely aback. I stand there frozen for some time, but that surprise very slowly turns into a broiling anger. I work myself to the bone if I'm even able to measure up to the most meager of standards, but I don't cry easily like he does. Maybe Prince Conrad was right after all. Are you finished? I still have work left to do, so could you please leave?
Of course.
Prince Lucian lowers himself into a deep bow and quietly leaves the room. I don't want someone like that poking their nose into my business. I worked so hard to come this far without complaining even once. I'll see this project through to a successful end and make sure I don't give anyone a reason to complain again. The seasons change once, then again. My desperate struggling means that my duties continue without any noticeable bumps in the road. Prince Conrad is surprised at my progress and happy with my results. The king too has acknowledged my efforts. Days are far from easy, but they are the happiest of my life. And when the time to prepare for the wedding comes, I spot a tiny rip in the seams. Huh? What's wrong? The amount listed here for last year is off. Right here, the calculations aren't coming together even if I compare things with the documents the administrative officials provided. I do believe Lucian is in charge of the finances for that area. This must be one of his mistakes.
So Prince Lucian miscalculated?
But why do you have last year's ledger? I don't recall giving it to you.
I asked the official for it, hoping to learn more about the kingdom's overall financial state. If I can understand what happened in the past years, I may be able to do more than simply chase numbers around.
Car, you're truly an incredible woman. I expect your drive.
The truly incredible one here is you. Is your Royal Highness. No, he's not. The Gateway Tunnel will see us connected with our neighbors. The people of this country admire you so highly for undertaking such a large project.
Thank you, but unfortunately that leaves me so busy I can't always help you the way I want to. If you're looking at even past ledgers, then I doubt you've been sleeping properly.
Oh no, I've slept. I've only borrowed documents for the last year. I would honestly like to look at the records for the past 10 years, but I don't have clearance at my current position to do so.
I see. As your fiancé, I don't want to push you, but I also wouldn't want to go against your wishes. I have copies of those ledgers, so I'll bring them to you later.
Really? Thank you.
You seem happier to receive ledgers than even jewels or dresses. You truly are a strange one. But don't forget about our wedding preparations. I hope to see you beautifully dressed up. Which reminds me, we'll receive a dress catalog. Hey, could someone bring that from my room?
Oh, I'm sorry, but the maid assigned to my room retired, so there are times where I'm the only one here.
What? We can't leave the next queen of the country alone. I'll arrange for someone to be assigned here.
Thank you, sir. The ledgers Prince Conrad gave me don't seem to have any mistakes. Come in.
Please excuse me for calling on you so late in the evening.
Oh, it's this guy.
Oops, I totally didn't say that.
A tall man of a large build appears at the door. He treats me to a curiously sharp gaze. I only pick up on him being an administrative official by his uniform. If anything, he looks like a kind of man suited for armor.
Lady Lizelle, I have brought the copies of the kingdom's last decade of ledgers as you requested.
What? But I was told I was unable to borrow those.
Indeed, but His Royal Highness Prince Lucian has made it so all your requests will be met.
Prince Lucian has? Take him back.
Excuse me?
I don't need his charity.
Unfortunately, I cannot simply do that. Doing so will be tantamount to disobeying His Royal Highness's orders.
Those are the official's final words. He leaves the ledgers on the table and silently leaves. I don't want Prince Lucian's help, but I suppose I can't blame the official for leaving these here either. I knew it. The numbers had been fiddled with. Prince Conrad should have exact copies of the ledgers held in administrative offices. Yet there are differences everywhere. This is proof money is being used for bribery somewhere. He claimed this was a mistake on Prince Lucian's part, but a miscalculation of 10 billion gold is impossible. Someone is funneling this money somewhere. The scale warrants a capital punishment, but is Prince Lucian truly the culprit? I doubt it. This is beyond his influence. And would such an egregious number really go beyond Prince Conrad's notice? It's also unnatural. A searing pain rips through my stomach. I close my eyes, waiting for the pain to abate. What should I do? Well, here I am. Even though I still don't have an answer, I hope I can at least talk to the younger official that gave me these records. But I have to be careful. Whoever the mastermind is, it's impossible to move this money around, this much money alone.
There are likely officials involved, and if I start the discussion with the wrong person. What are you doing all the way over here, Car? This is the administrative office. Do you need something from here? I came to return last year's ledgers. I don't need them anymore. Sir? Yes? I have to tell him. I can't handle something so grave alone. He hasn't noticed what happened. As his retainer, I must report to him. Are you hiding something from me, Car? You're as white as a sheet. You let your emotions show on your face to a surprising degree. Come, let us talk. Your Royal Highness. My lady, who is it? Oh, Maya! Maya! Maya? Oh my, your anemia is flaring up. I see. It's because you insist on carrying something so heavy. You always grow pale upon carrying items heavier than you can handle, my lady. Who are you? You look to be a simple maid, and yet you seem to know her quite well. Oh, I do apologize. I took care of her when she still lived at the Lysel house. My name is Maya Kirkland. Why would a maid of the Lysel house be here? I happened to hear that the castle was looking for maids. I was able to earn official appointment as my lady's personal maid. I did ask for a new maid to be assigned to her quarters, yes? Are you okay with this, Car? Yeah. We need someone like you as an idea of her We need someone like you as an idea of her disposition. Do all you can to serve her well. Understood, sir. And I see you know what kind of behavior expected towards royalty. I believe I can safely leave her in your hands. Maya, are you here simply by coincidence? Or are you here on Mother's orders? Lady Evelina plays no role in this. I'm here simply on the heartfelt desire to serve you once more. You need to go this far to repay my mother. Oh wait, you need to go this far to repay my mother. I'm not her. We're two different people. I am hoping to atone. Lady Letitia placed you into my care, and yet I was unable to do anything to help you. I have next to no memories of Mother, but she must have been an incredible woman, especially of people like Maya, who is still so devoted with her after her death. To her after her death. I want to be someone like that too. I want to be the kind of person that people need. That pathetic reason is what finally gives me courage. I found signs of fraud. What? I'm sure you know about Prince Conrad's involvement in the Gateway Tunnel project. It's gone on for 6 years now. Vast funds from the public coffers have been used for this project, but without merit. It's created plenty of jobs for our citizens. If anything, it helped stimulate our economy. But a portion of those actually working on the tunnels are slaves. Slaves? This country has made human trafficking illegal. These slaves are given only minimum necessities. They aren't being paid appropriately. That money has disappeared somewhere, and these ledgers contain proof of that. Have you reported this matter to His Royal Highness? I shake my head. Do you know who the culprit is? No. You don't think Prince Conrad? He would never stoop so low. He will be our next king. His strength and abilities earns people's respect. Someone so wonderful couldn't possibly dirty his hands like this. Then why do you not report your findings to His Royal Highness? That's because it's too early to say for sure. All I have to go on are these ledgers. If our corporate is truly of noble blood, then they could have easily erased this much. If I go public with this, it may paint Prince Conrad as irresponsible. I must deal with this with the utmost secrecy. Do you truly trust him? I have heard much about his wisdom. Doubt he wouldn't notice such illicit activities when they've gone on for so long. You should know this better than anyone, my lady. Even so, I want to believe in him. He saw promise in me when I couldn't even speak. He provided me with superb education. He looked at me at my worst, shabby and starved, and declared I would be his wife. If he didn't believe in me, I would not be the person I am now. It's my turn to believe in him. Someone is deceiving him. This individual is shrewd. It must be in the highest ranks of nobility. If you're so adamant about it, then I shall believe in him as well. So, what will you do now? I want to help him. I know very little, lacking experience as I do, but there is one thing I can say with certainty. Warmth and comfort are not gifts from the goddess, nor are they subject to the whims of fate and miracles. They are given by others. It is an important lesson that I have learned from both Prince Conrad and from you, Maya. Now I must be the one to gift that warmth to someone else. What's going on? It's like something burning deep inside of me. The world looks so bright. The moment I find my resolve, something inside me changes. It's comfortable, like a gentle breeze, and it's bright like the rays of sun on my skin. Large tears roll down my cheeks. This smoldering glob that sat inside me ever since I noticed the problem with the ledgers, no, ever since I was first locked away in my room, dissolves in my tears. I only ever thought about myself. How do I get free? How do I feel human? How do I make sure I'm not a laughingstock? I was the focus of my own life, but it's so strange. I finally feel like I'm living now that I'm working for someone else. Now that we made our decision, where shall we start? I want to head to the site of the Gateway Tunnel project. If I can obtain proof that they're using slaves, it'll be more difficult to explain the inconsistencies away. I'd initially thought to leave this to the administration, but it would be weirder if they didn't notice anything already after this long. Someone on the inside is under the perpetrator's thumb. This is our best option if we want to bring everything to light. No, it's our only option. There's a lot we must do. First, we must find someone within the administration we can trust. After that, we need to consider how exactly we'll make for the construction site. It's too dangerous for you to go. Allow me to go in your stead. No. We're dealing with a crime of unprecedented scale. We're dealing with a crime of unprecedented scale. If you could find out, who knows what would happen. The same goes for you, my lady. And I imagine it will be difficult for you to make your way there with your limited knowledge of the outside world. That is very forthright of you. Do excuse me. I have much more experience in these matters. I ask that you leave the investigation of the slaves to me. If you think there's even if you think it's even slightly dangerous, run. I'm not so strong that I could sacrifice your life for this. Yes, my lady. I must reveal the truth of this for Prince Conrad's sake. Taking only what is strictly necessary, Maya leaves the castle. 2 days later, I received word via letter that she arrived at the construction site. Maya is a brilliant maid. I'll leave this to her, and I'll do what I can to bring more allies to our side. No matter how many times you come to me, the answer will not change. I cannot work with you more than I already have. I called out to the young official that brought me the ledger. Oh, my leg's falling asleep. I called out to the young official that brought me ledgers on Prince Lucian's orders. Oop. I call out to the young official that brought me ledgers on Prince Lucian's orders. If there's anyone in the administration I can trust, it's him. I'll refrain from asking for details, but what you're trying to do is dangerous, yes? It is. I actually suspect there's illicit... You mustn't reveal your hand so wantonly. What would you do if I were your enemy? I'll make every effort to assure your role as my ally isn't revealed. You only need to know that... You only need to do what you feel is safe. To be honest, I don't think you're capable of acting so discreetly. Calling out to me in the middle of the day like this will have others suspicious. It's in details like this the plans live or die. Someone raised in a birdcage could never.
Do you have time, Car? I want to talk about the wedding. Oh, you have a guest. Why would an official from the administration be here? What are you discussing?
Your Royal Highness. I can no longer manage this kingdom's finances on my own.
What's all this about? You never mentioned a word of this before.
I made a fairly large mistake on one of the documents. This one here.
I remember this. It was circulated among staff for approval and summarily rejected.
Right. I'm not sure how it slipped into my files, but I signed it without properly checking the contents and letting it go through. This young official recognized what happened before it got out of hand, but that doesn't mean what I did should be forgiven.
I see. Yes, I do see your signature here. If someone with ill intentions had gotten a hold of this, they could have used it for evil.
I truly am sorry. So, could I have your permission to remove myself from financial duties?
Understood. You deserve a break.
Thank you, sir.
Cool. Good on you for noticing this mistake, officer.
Thank you. Would you allow him to take up my duties? He's quite brilliant despite his youth.
Wonderful idea. I'll leave it to you then.
Yes, sir.
Car, you seem to love your work, but I never expected you to pull away from of your own accord. But I also admit I'm also relieved. Recently, you've gotten so hardened. I could see the steel in your eyes. A kind of clumsy charm suits you more.
I wonder if I managed to fool him.
I would say so, yes. I never expected you to have prepared documents in advance.
I considered choosing times and places for less people, but that makes it more difficult to explain away when I'm found. It's much harder to be discovered when you meet so brazenly when you have an excuse prepared. I've chosen to rely on you because you're not on Prince Conrad's side. If you were, you never bring those ledgers to me on Prince Lucien's orders.
I see you aren't all as the rumors described you, though you are just about as reckless. Prince Conrad is the culprit, I take it?
No.
Huh? And why hide it from him?
He would never engage in illicit activities like this. Someone is deceiving him. If I inform him of this, as things currently stand, things will get urgent. The mastermind may be able to erase all evidence of wrongdoing, so I want to have all the evidence first.
I see. What do you need me to do?
Thank you. Look into who in the administration is capable of creating this slush fund. If we can pin down who our enemy is, it will be easier to plan around them.
Understood.
Thank you so much. It's reassuring to have you in my corner. Will you tell me your name?
I am the second son of the Sorefield Viscounty, Zen Sorefield.
I look forward to working with you, Zen. Whatever happens, I swear to project. Doesn't freaking say project. Whatever happens, I swear to protect you and your family from harm.
I appreciate your consideration.
Also, don't go speaking of this to anyone, especially not to Prince Lucien.
He is Prince Conrad's political opponent, after all. He may use this to trip his Royal Highnesses up, so, though I doubt he has the courage to do so. Wait, did he? Yeah, okay, cool.
Are you close to him? It was on his orders that you brought those letters to me, if I remember correctly.
Not especially close, no. But I have often accompanied him when he sneaks away to the city. We're only close enough that we manage a banal discussion.
What do you think of him?
I can't quite understand why you'd ask me that considering our previous discussion.
If what you want is evidence of his reliability, then I recommend not relying on the opinion of others. His expression doesn't even twitch. In his eyes, I can see how Zen himself doesn't trust anyone at all. You're exactly right. If I'm going to make a judgment on something, I need to first see things with my own eyes. But I want you to remember one thing. You gave me your hand in this dilemma, and so I trust you. I once heard something from Prince Lucian when he told me of some memories of his. He said there was a girl he looked up to since he was young. Though he was cowardly and couldn't do much more than obey his brothers, he said he could summon up what little courage he had if it was for her sake. Nothing ringing any bells? Maybe you're just not familiar with stories like these.
Well, I don't exactly have the experience.
You've no experience, and yet you're marrying Prince Conrad?
That's because...
Crap! Tyrael will be here soon. Nothing good comes out of making that Inquisitor wait. I must be going.
An Inquisitor named Tyr, as in Tyrael?
That's a familiar name.
If an Inquisitor is coming all the way to the castle, does it mean another witch has appeared? Why did I remember her? It's not like I'm a witch. I have no reason to fear the Inquisitors. More importantly, why did Prince Lucian arrange for those ledgers to be delivered to me? Did he pick up on the illicit spending too? More than anything, I want to avoid a scenario in which someone reports this to Prince Conrad before I can. The only one I can think that might do that is Prince Lucian. Zen judged Lucian as a coward. If he's correct, then I may not need to be so cautious around him. And who's this girl he looked up to? I don't know the first thing about the royal family's social situation. There's a lot I need to do, but I can't think of a good reason to actually meet with Prince Lucian. I can't just ask a member of the royal family to come to my room, and going myself is difficult. Oh, I know.
You want to attend a ball?
Yeah, I avoided them until now, but I realize they're necessary if I'm to be the wife of the next king. Prince Lucian participates in these balls. I should be able to find an opportunity to meet with him if we're in a crowd.
I see. So that's why you chose to remove yourself from work. Huh? You can't have a ball without dancing. You let go of your duties to increase your times for dancing lessons, yes? I forgot about dancing.
Though I never attended a dance in my life, it would invite too much suspicion to deny that claim. Never mind how shameful it is for a prince's partner to be incapable of performing even the most basic of dances.
The next ball is in 2 weeks. I'll prepare a first-class instructor. I can't wait to dance with you.
Thank you. Okay, it's been an hour, so I guess I'll end it here. I might probably down my mouth and want to work right and don't want to break right. Yeah. I'm definitely excited to play more of this game and stuff. I wish I had more stuff to say, but my mind be empty. Well, thanks you for watching. I really appreciate it. Bye.